So we really believe that providing as much evidence or proof of learning is really, really important, right? And it has to be evidence of your learning as an individual, as opposed to just saying what you did to get it, as in a credential or a badge level or a course level completion, right? How did you go? Because Dan, Taki, myself could have all done the same course, but there's no real story attached to that, that I was simply amazing, or that Taki was, fantastic in this area, or Dan was, a standout in another. So we actually need that evidence. And as Chris scrolls down through the personal evidence record, you can see that we have broken down that overarching competency or credential into what we are calling skills. All of this is configurable to your institution or your college model. We're just the tech enabler, but it could be any skill definition. It could be Sophia, it could be your industry standards, it could be your institution's graduate attributes, right? But having those multi-level skill definitions and richness of the data, as Taki said, when you're starting to create a profile of what you know and can do, like in the My Equals Learner profile, granularity around skills is really important. And being able to have the ability to speak a common language is also really important. Digital badges came from the Open Recognition Alliance and work, right? And that firm belief that all learning counts. And from that came this notion of providing more flexibility to learners, and that's where micro-credentials came in. Why do we just have to have these long-form qualifications? Can we not have smaller forms of learning? And how do we represent that and recognize that in a way that's secure and portable? We've known about formal learning qualifications, and that's kind of where our heads go first when we talk about learning. But work-based learning and informal learning and non-formal learning, that stuff needs to be captured as well. And so the market's still in this messy middle, I guess, trying to figure out what to do with that, particularly from an employment perspective. How do employers recognize these shorter forms of learning, this learning that's happening outside of formal learning structures, but also you tell me you've got a degree from this particular institution, but I don't actually know what you can do because you've just told me a whole bunch of letters and numbers. By design, the standards around an open badge or a digital badge are designed to cryptographically secure the assertions that sit in it. And so it is tamper evident. It's not tamper proof. Nothing's tamper proof, but it's tamper evident. So you know when someone's mucked around with the cryptographic seal, right? So in that sense, way more secure than my piece of paper or my PDF around the kind of learning that I have.